Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel here today. Today we're going to be watching one episode of Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei, the second season there within. I believe that would be episode 11 as well. So yeah, kind of on the Discord I came out and said, this week's going to be a lighter week. I'm already behind on a bunch of stuff and I'd like to catch up. And then lo and behold, yesterday and the day before, I was ill, violently so. So I'm still under the weather a little bit. We're still keeping it all down a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. Fortuitous timing, I guess. Either way, needless to say, this week and maybe even next will be a little bit lighter as a result until I can catch up. I guess I'll bring up the solitary YouTube comment here from Iwayuro. Again, this one. There we go. Because it kind of goes into my scheduling stuff coming up. So yeah, last week I was under the impression this thing would have 12 episodes. Apparently it has 13. Therefore, hey, we're going to kind of structure it like 11 today, 12, 13 the next, and then tackle the OVAs however we will tackle the OVAs. I don't know if they're fully fledged, genuine episodes to the point of me needing / wanting to react to them in as such detail. I know that they have liner notes, so probably. And there's 3 of those, which is awkward. I'd love to knock them all over in one video, but we'll see what we can do. But yeah, for now, 1 this week, 2 next week. We'll see about the OVAs, I guess. This next paragraph going into the EDs and how much effort Shaft puts into the openings and endings of all their different shows. New opening for each Monogatari arc and a different, at least visually different, distinct ED. That's pretty impressive. Some of those arcs are particularly short too. And yeah, obviously there's plenty of unique stuff going on in Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei as well. Like, they're very creative and they had a lot of ability to channel that creativity into something pretty awesome, pretty consistently, which I like. Next up, talking about the Zetsubou fight segment, praising the absurdity / timing of the jokes in that particular skit as being the humorous parts. I'm with you. I probably don't talk about the timing on the jokes well enough. I would say that these stand out as pretty different timing-wise, pretty sparsely timed, and a lot of pauses there within, at least making them unique as compared to the rest of the show. So, yeah. Props for that. Now, you know what show has really good timing? Azumanga Check out that show for the timing of the jokes alone. It is that good. Holy shit. Obviously, Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei, no slouch in that department either. Next up, some praise of the voice acting, this time with Maria's voice actress, Miyuki Sawashiro. Voices Kambaru. I didn't know that. That's amazing. I would not have guessed that at all. Definitely a very childish kiddie type voice we're putting on for Maria, which obviously fits her character, and chaotic is sure, gremlin like. Yeah, doing a great job. I didn't think would be one of my favorites, but has kind of become one of my favorites over time, that being Maria. I also read this in the liner notes, the segment of her jumping at the window and dissipating into stealth camouflage type thing is reference to Ghost in the Shell. I have not seen the 1995 Ghost in the Shell movie. It's been on the list when I've been trying to attack movies. I've thought about putting Standalone Complex, I believe that's the TV show, on polls before. Please let me know if I should. It's something that I would like to attack at some point. Yeah, again, it's up to you guys. I'm always doing polls, you know. I definitely missed this, and this is probably, let's put the blame on me kind of doing these a week apart. There was the joke in the previous week's episode about, like, the positive counterintelligence fake rumor thing, and then it says next week Meru-chan will go to Shibuya to buy a bra. That actually ended up happening. That was part of the show. And then on the following episode in week 10, episode 10, the fans were responding to that in that kind of segment at the end of episode 10. So that's fantastic. I didn't know that it went deeper than the kind of just the episode 10 stuff. In a similar vein, you have the Kino-kun dressing terribly. This time they do the, shirt over the other shirt, maybe type joke, which I think locks into that pretty well too. I won't go back through all the examples here, but a couple more pretty hilarious missed jokes, particularly like this one, always loving the meta stuff. And yeah, probably a lot of that stuff relegated to my reading of the liner notes. It's the stuff that I choose to include and not include. Particularly, I think I did end up putting the nice boat stuff in. Again, I'm not a school days guy, but I know school days, and yeah, that was pretty infamous, that whole shebang. So yeah, I think I talked about, I swear to God I talked about that before. But yeah, here we're getting into it. Last segment was definitely the highlight. Great idea for a joke. I love it when they involve the fans, especially in a season 2. Like, that just makes sense to me. Like, you know how you've been reading online, you know how the people are responding to this kind of stuff, especially if it's a manga already. I love incorporating some of that expectation into what we're seeing. The on-screen text, a highlight for sure. Matoi and Usui, being in the frame, but you can't see them. That killed me last week. That was so good. Nami just being normal. She doesn't have much more to her than that. Just, yeah, holy shit. There's so much stuff in this one segment. You gotta already know Shaft and the show and what it's going for, and then we kind of flip it on its head, and it's so rewarding and it's so cool. And I bet you rewatch that one after the show as well, and you're like, "Wow, they're using all this stuff all over the place, and they're just kind of lampshading it here." How fun! How fun! Yeah, I wonder if we'll see this ED again. I guess we'll see this week. But yeah, I mean, I'm always looking for the kind of anime reference in it all, right? Where again, these guys are equally inspired by stuff in the West, right? So like, I don't know. Maybe they saw this kind of stuff and maybe they were inspired by it. You never know. And yeah, I mean, show good, show funny, and no need to feel this way at all. I don't know. I like the comments. That's why I keep them around. I like hearing about things. If anything, it's a good reminder of last week going into this week, which is also part of its function in the video that I'm making. Very, very cool. How about we shout out the Patreon? That sounds like a good plan. So yeah, you can get next week's episode 1 week early. That'd be a 2-episode banger for you people that are really itching for more, so potentially that's something that you want. $6 a month will get you that. It's linked in the description below. Many people have done that, up to and including Mickey Babbers, AJ, Bananaram Hamadama-sama, Bisa, Capella, Choba Ribby, Copley, Dapper Dwarf, Ed, Fancy Question Mark, Fleur Nightingale, Fruit, Fusel, Gloriana Tenebrae, Glyke, Greybeard, Guanal, Gus N, Hans Peter, I'm Mildly Anxious, Ika, Iwayuru, Yaku Yavanen, Jacob R, Jummy Boo, Joran, Kasogtha, Kelvin, Clem, Nosta, Kot Begemot, Lick H, Lou, Marco-san, Mistake El Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Parnik, Pencil Sharp 333, Ragashingo, Ronlad B&K, Saint Lily, Sal, Sam1373, Skeleton, Tentacle Member, Waifu Overdose, Without a Net, Yuki Ali, Zach, Shinshio Yoshi, Akumansa, Binshi, Voodoo Chili, and Aiden O'Brien. Thank you to everybody for giving me money. I enjoy the money. And yeah, I mean, not much else to set up. It's Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei. It's going to be random as hell. And yeah, just episode 11 here today, so get our thinking caps on and focus in for just the next 25 minutes or so. Rightio, let's get that episode up, shall we? Rightio, I have episode 11 up there ready to go. 23 minutes and 40 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly with your own copy. I have a special version that is linked in the Discord. Iwa Yuru has made it for me, thank you very much, but it should be pretty similar to official stuff. Either way, there's a picture-in-picture version in the description below for your viewing pleasure. Now let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio? 3, 2, 1. Go. Hitoshiki Incorporated. That looked like it's the thing before a lot of films. I'll have to look it up later. Showa 83. Back with this year thing. We're in Tokyo. That's good. Hitoshiki Investigations. I wonder what we're parodying. All right, here he comes. Ew. Great Detective Itoshiki Nozumu. That's not your voice. Okay, dude. Yeah, I think the liner notes are going to be a treat on this one for sure. It's very pretty. I like the backgrounds a lot. Indeed. It's pretty elaborate, whatever the parody is. See, I know who did the series comp because the show told me last week. They're committing to the bit. The pace is way down. I wonder if this is going to be the vibe the entire... Why PN? The vibe for the entire episode is it's going to be like really focused on this one thing. I mean, if we're devoting the opening to it. I mean, that was kind of the go with the Magical Girl opening too. Like it wasn't relegated. It wasn't the entire episode, but it kind of permeated throughout. So maybe it'd be something like that. Chie Rai. Sure. Everyone's here. Because I'm down if we're going to do some kind of like murder mystery type thing. Yeah, we're still here for sure. Great looking shot. Everyone's on the beach. Oh, this is sick. The 12 Dark Despair Girls. Is there 12 of them? Sure. Itoshiki? Sakebu? Oh, Jinroku's here. That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's another fantastic shot. Okay, Fura. Zetsubou Tante. Sure. Yeah, can I get a good look at him? I don't count 12. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Who do we reckon the murderer is, chat? Okay. Oh, that's why. Oh no. I would agree. I see. Indeed, yeah. That's the... But one of you has motive. Actually, all of you have motive. Stop fighting? What is happening? Okay, it's drama, sure. This is Rin, correct? Oh, is that another body? Oh! I'm in. I'm into the mystery for sure. Goal? Why does it say goal? The crow. No, it wasn't. What was that? Like ad break? Yeah, I mean, that's her thing. What? I would interview Rin. Did she see anything, or? Okay, evidence. Oh, yeah. What did he love to watch the most? I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, that's just standard for her. I was going to say pretty early that Chiri is pretty violent, so maybe she's the one. You guys are scary as fuck. Still don't need to murder the bird like that. I don't know. I do. I think you're very strange. Oh. Okay. Um. I don't know. How did you end up in your line of work? I think there's obviously something pretty interesting happening with the guy being named Atoshki as well, and all the girls being in love with him. Is this fucking Persona soundtrack? What is happening? I don't know, man. I don't know, something like that. What the fuck? Alright, who now? Oh! And it's an Evangelion reference. Sure, man. Why? It certainly is, yeah. Oh, so is every other kill been an anime reference too? Probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm a pleb. I don't get them. That would be a pretty solid. I don't know. What is it? Occam's razor? Is that the right thing? Oh, I mean, fantastic. I mean, you're somebody that disappears quite often. Isui? Isui's always disappearing. I don't think he's responsible. I'm very happy we went for that. Yeah, that joke's great. Oh, Actual law. So did your hairline. I mean, yeah, it sounds like a pretty solid motive. Get him, Jinroku. And now another kill's gonna take place or something, right? In the storeroom. What are his works? Oh yeah, he did sculptures and stuff. You look terrifying, Fura. What the hell? That's also terrifying. What? Okay. I think I need a degree in weeb to understand that. Also, where the fuck are we? Of course, they all still have motive. I mean... Oh yeah. Look at this, like, gallery. Very explicit gallery. He literally made, like, art of you. He must have liked you alright. Okay. I feel like you've got yourself in a bit of a pickle here, Detective Son. Whoa. Correct. Oh. From a past life. You're running very well in those shoes. Great. It's very well animated. Why did it go up in flames so quickly? Oh. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Everyone died once again. So they all died in the fire, did they? I guess that is my curse. Yeah, I was about to say. Okay, you still a detective, or are we doing something else now? Heh. Ew. Alright, we're doing something else. Ew. Isn't this the second time we've done Tanabata? Of course, the counterpoint. Oh, that's fantastic. That looked brilliant. But you can make that one happen. They're not forcing you to be here. Oh, yeah. You probably shouldn't quit life. A lot of this season. A lot of great photo when she's being all inspired and stuff. Ah, okay. Well, yeah, you gotta hand him in to somebody. That's pretty explicit. She's got it all hanging out. Oh, okay. That one's just a phone. He's got a wig? Snatchy's weave. Oh, that's cute. Wow. Jesus Christ. The priest? That's kind of cool. I wish for an iPod Nano. Why is it so funny? What? G. Heh. She's always been here, yeah. What the fuck? I agree. You're insane. Yeah, explain. I'll be happy to hear. Or not, just cut to something else. Okay. I will be reincarnated as my wish. Oh, they're doing this again. We've done this technique previously. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, tough. Yeah, no. Who the hell are you? I mean, she's got the masses going. She's becoming the leader of some kind of cult. What do you wish? Release? Oh, that's the joke. Stop looking up his skirt, you creep. What? That's cute. I don't get it, but that's pretty cute. Oh, Komori. Yeah, the sky's very pretty. Weird. That's very shellfish of you. Oh, it's the CD again. You know what the sky reminds me of? Bakemonogatari, the Starry Sky during the particular arc. If you know, you know. Yeah, a little bit. It's got a bit of that in it, which is pretty cool. Bit of a weirdly structured episode. I'd love to see how the manga did it, because it screams of a 2-part manga chapter that got fully adapted, and then we just chucked something on the end, which I guess works. I'd love a more in-depth look at what the parody is, and to even look some stuff up there. I'll probably get that with the liner notes here shortly. Lots of fun jokes. I like how focused the first half was. I like the deliberate pace of it. Sets up a pretty good mystery for what it is. Uses the characters in the show well. And then, we just kind of ended with a pretty standard Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei skit, but it was funny. The iPod Nano joke killed me. I don't know why. I thought that was... because it's just, so, ridiculously boring. It's the most typical present for somebody in, 2008 or whatever. Also, I see what you mean. He kind of looks like Hellboy there a little bit. He's got a bit of a devil thing going on. So yeah, that could be an inspiration for sure. For sure. Oh yeah. Kawaii Oni-san? Objection? No, it's like shogi. Of course, that last graphic is a reference to 81 Diver, the manga by Shibata Yokusaru. Kentaro's former shogi teacher taught him to metaphorically dive into the 81 squares of the shogi board. So it's a shogi thing, hence why. And then there's a maid character that's doing shogi again. Anyway, let's get this up so you have my thingo too. Hang on. Where's the thing? Will this work? Kind of. Yeah. There you go. That's the reference, everybody. I did it. I'll be back shortly for some analysis on that episode. And we're back. It's a little bit later on. I got a little bit cold. And we're here to talk about episode 11. Fairly self-contained, which I guess is good considering I'm only doing one. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was very different. And much like the rest of the kind of season thus far, it's kind of got its own identity as an episode. It's definitely swinging for the fences. It's definitely very heavily referential, but nevertheless enjoyable, even if you don't get the references. So, and again, I looked at the liner notes. A lot of these references are way before my time. They're like boomer references for sure. So if I just go here for but a moment and turn my camera on, of course. How far am I? Too far. Here we go. Where are we? Here we go. So, Kyosuke Kindaichi, that's the big reference here. This is like a fictional detective series by author Seishi Yokomizo, obviously written between these 2 years. Very old. Very, very old. Maybe call it akin to maybe Japan's answer to Sherlock Holmes? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a long-running... whatchamacallit, mystery series, I guess. It's kind of following the same character, I guess. And that's who Otoshiki is meant to be this episode. The Inugami clan is the most famous of which. I believe that this is also probably the biggest point of inspiration for this particular skit as well. And again, it permeates through everything here. So the black background with nothing but the music. This is a homage to the openings of director Ichikawa Kon, who uses these in his films about Kyosuke Kindaichi. You would have to imagine in the Inugami clan as well as the song itself being very close to this song that plays in that film. Also, the Neon Genesis Evangelion reference in the episode as well may also be a link there, considering Anno named the works of this director as some of his favorite. It's another different film from Kon Ichikawa that we're parodying here as well, with the whole, bunch of different girls, one guy dead type conceit of the story. That would be 10 Dark Women. And yeah, a different Kon Ichikawa film called The Devil's Ballad takes place in a similar sounding village. So yeah, lots of stuff there. Again, it just permeates through everything. And again, I have no frame of reference, not at all. And again, like I was saying before, I'm happy that it is still really cool without this frame of reference. I kind of just still got this really slow, kind of unraveling type mystery vibe to it all. Great kind of detective fiction, very moody, very muted in the colors, just lots of good stuff from that area instead of me just saying, oh, reference. And even like the anime references themselves, it was a little bit more like, I think there was a Gundam one, there was a Sailor Moon one, which I didn't get. This was when the deaths are anime references, that's what I'm referring to. The one that we were confusing about was Air, you know, that visual novel Air. Apparently there's a difference between the actual story and the theatrical version, which we're playing off of too. That's that whole part where it's like, oh, but that didn't play in that version of the story. Yeah, so that's pretty fun. Yeah, again, I was bereft of understanding the references in this one for sure, which made my liner note viewing not particularly fruitful. If anything, the Neon Genesis Evangelion one and the right smack bang in the middle is meant to be like the it's so obvious joke. Like the other deaths before that could kind of be like, oh, it's kind of coincidence. That's a coincidence. This one's the one where it's like, oh, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, why is she nailed to the cross with the freaking Lance of Longinus or whatever the fuck? Evangelion, man. Yeah, funny still, obviously. I like this as well. This is obviously the Toho logo that appears at the start of a ton of Japanese films. So we're parodying that right off rip. Puts us in that kind of cinematic frame of reference, frame of mind. And I mean, I'm doing a lot of setup now because I don't think I'm ultimately going to have that much to say about these episodes. They're very insular. And even the one at the end, the skit at the very end, is very like formulaic for mine. It's just kind of the whole Wish kind of Tanabata conceit again, which is fine, but like, I don't know. I would have preferred if we just like stretched the mystery out a little bit more, did a few jokes and just cut that segment, if I'm honest. But either way, maybe I'll see something else on a fresh rewatch. Yeah, straight off rip, I'll shout out the color, kind of muted colors of the whole thing. It's not the real kind of color palette of the show. We're obviously doing something different. We're setting a scene, we're establishing shots, we're even establishing time period in a really cool way. There's a real cinematic quality to it, which I enjoy. Ooh, I do like Tsunetsuki as a little boy detective, though. I feel like that's quite quaint. And again, just kind of matches almost like Professor Layton vibes to it too, which I like. And the voice there's great too. Just like obviously not Tsunetsuki's voice. At least if it is, that she's putting on a pretty good voice. I don't know, I'd imagine if somebody like really loved detective fiction with like all their heart, they're getting a lot more out of this section than I enjoy a good mystery, but I'm not really that classical kind of detective novel kind of guy. And yeah, this whole section, definitely an ambitious choice. I love, again, it's the difference between the rest of the show and this. The rest of the show is chaos, 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 joke, 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 fast, 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 now, now, now. We're just letting a scene kind of sit. We're going on a little train journey. It's like we're going on the journey as we're kind of like, we've closed our eyes on this journey and we reopen them when we kind of get there. It's that whole vibe to it. I don't know. It strikes me as very ambitious and quite cool. Something very different for the show. I think I've said this before, but I like when shows are very different from episode to episode because it demonstrates why the director uses what they use in certain sections. It demonstrates a director's prowess. Like, it's just absolute versatility, and it's no doubt that Shimbo's one of the most acclaimed dudes in it, right? Because he can pull off a detective story out of nowhere and actually give these stupid, ridiculous characters some actual, you know, pomp and circumstance, some actual, like, stakes. I was into the mystery. And I think a lot of that is testament to the direction, testament to all the references, testament to all the knowledge of genre that is put into this section. Also really just like this shot out the window on the train. I feel like this is very effective, even if it's quite simple. Just again, some really nice blink and you miss it under the hood stuff. This kind of typewriter sound effect as the kind of titles come down, the photo negative. We used this for establishment a couple of times. Think it's really effective. Well, this was really effective too, kind of. So we meet Jinroku here, right? And then it kind of almost cuts to like a slideshow of itself. It feels like a very old film that is kind of still being like projected, if you know what I mean. I saw something in the line notes as well. There was like a burn mark in one section of the thing. I'd like to bring it up now, actually. Yeah, there we go. It's very blink and you'll miss it. This was apparently something that they used to do with old films that would dictate when you used to change the reel over. So again, it's just really building up into this like classic old cinema type, I guess, aesthetic for this part of the story. Again, they're committing to the bit in a way I really enjoy. Again, the film grain, the old-timey kind of look of it all, it just fits, you know? It feels like there's some artifacting on it, which is nice. I feel like there's a kanji pun with the whole Mr. Scream type guy, the dude that died, the dude that was the owner of the fortune. Just another fantastic shot here, and who do I spot right there in the middle? That is Usui, of course. The culprit was hiding in plain sight the entire time. I guess if you count him out, no, he wouldn't be in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 are already dead, right? Because she's already dead on the beach. Apparently this is a thing in Kyosuke Kindaichi type stuff as well. A lot of people, there's a high body count, a lot of people die in these things, so again, it's referential to that when everybody ends up dying and he just kind of goes away on his merry way, you know? I did think we were going to do something a little bit more mind-bending and like kind of playing with perspective type stuff. Unreliable narrator maybe with this whole he looks very similar to the guy that died. I thought that there was going to be like, oh, this is his split personality or some bullshit like that, but we didn't really go for anything that, I don't know, trite. So I guess that's fine too. Like, it almost feels like we're setting up for it. It's like he died of an illness, there's no doubt about that. It's like that sets up that there may be doubt about that. I don't know. So there's already been 2 victims. It's this whole like everybody's got motive because we split up the inheritance type story. As it turns out, we could have suspected everybody but the actual son of the guy, and there's some weird language stuff in the reveal there. I thought it was pretty cool. This is the Sailor Moon reference, I believe, and this is the Gundam reference. And the killer was like a phantom. Oh, it's because he was invisible because nobody ever sees him. For me, when I was reading this scene, I immediately suspected Chiri, but that's kind of metagaming it a little bit because I knew that she's very violent. I feel like this is a very effective scene too, this fight back and forth between Jinroku and Chiri, where Kairi kind of jumps in the middle and it turns into a whole big hullabaloo. I feel like it's directed quite well. That shake there to like the switch in perspective, like the movement there in front of Komori is very pronounced too. Like, it's just, again, it's this like knowledge of cinema and cinema techniques that we're using, in the right spots. Again, direction. It's all direction, this sequence. I really want to shout that out. The edit here is really good too. We're cutting back and forth to different people, different characters' perspectives. It's all very frantic. You can see this scene in like the mystery novel in your own head, or like the mystery movie, right? Where like we're setting up, there's a big like inheritance dispute and it's ramping up and blah, 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 blah. Like, it works great as the kind of inciting incident. And again, it plays out on screen here like somebody that's seen this thing like a million times. From here, Rin finds the next body, which is, what's her name? The housewife one. She's on the beach, dead. And again, sources close to the case are telling me that this is a reference to Air, the visual novel. So, sure. And apparently the crow ties into that too. I just thought it was a pretty obvious omen of death type thing. I feel like we get off our eye jokes here really well, and Mitama Mayo has a really good joke here too. Obviously, you want to rush in because there's like uncomfort here, or discomfort, I guess I should say. There's discomfort here. We start suspecting each other. There's screaming and yelling and stuff, and you obviously are very kind of conflict adverse, so you'll just sacrifice yourself in all of it, even if it's not the truth. That's very much your character. Mitama Mayo, same thing. It looks like she's definitely the one that did it, but it's too obvious. We're not going to suspect her. It'd be, should be falling into the stereotype, and we don't want to, punish her based on that. Again, even though, she has every reason to be suspected, we just don't. Again, very good. I did forget this twist in it, so I think Usui is doing the kills. You guys are setting it up to look like anime. So again, that's what they mean when there's a key difference, but we had to do it. There's a key difference? Are we being cute there? Like, I don't know if we're being cute there, but I mean, are we being cute there? I hope we're being cute there. That's funny. Anyway, that's the difference between the theatrical and the actual story. Apparently, one of them takes place by a beach, the other one's in like a city. We had to do the one by the beach, apparently. This part kind of sticks out as kind of, I don't know. You could have told us this information a different way. We just go off to this old lady and she plays some old anime. He used to love TV anime, you see. And again, like if you're clued in, then that's like, it's the connection to the anime type, circumstances around the deaths, I guess. As well as this part, when his child was young, they used to watch them together all the time. Well, where is this son, you may ask? This part here where they're just like stabbing the bird or whatever. Huge red herring vibes. I guess it's natural for a mystery story like this, but I don't know, kind of comes out of nowhere. This is another fantastic shot. Love the reflections here as we're doing a somewhat quiet scene between the chaos. I like the conceit of the old man, like, bringing in all these girls. They're his lovers, they're the sculptures for his art and all that kind of stuff. I feel like there's some really fun reflective stuff between this and our actual reality too, where half the cast has a crush on the teacher. For the kind of, purposes of the mystery itself, it's also establishing more motive. Each of these girls were in love with him. We're all lovers, so it could be a lovers quarrel type thing to the point where somebody would want to kill each other for this kind of thing, right? As a lasting memento of our love together. And again, like I was talking about before, the girls seem to be moving their attention onto the detective here, which is, I don't know, it was giving me like the two characters reflect each other vibes too. Like they could be the same guy. Soundtrack's really great here too. I think I shouted at Persona in the moment. Very, very cool. And then, yeah, I saw this and I'm like, that's clearly Evangelion, right? And then we made it way more explicit here in a moment. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen TV anime Evangelion, but also, what are you doing? Stop watching this video and go do that. I still can't believe people say that this shit, like Arno didn't know what he was doing with the Christ imagery. Like, that's a... Come on, guys. Anyway, rant aside, very obvious reference. Probably is embarrassing that it's the only one that I got. And I guess the reveal here is that we zoom out a little bit further and we see the true context behind all these scenes instead of a little bit more zoomed in. It was harder to guess what he was referencing. There's a fun bait and switch there too. You would think that Harumi would be involved considering she's the, otaku type character. She's very obsessed with this kind of stuff. Maybe she's been planning all these murders and setting them up that way. No, that's way too heavy-handed. We flash back to that scene with the grandma there before with the old lady, and it's like, oh yes, the son. It's all coming together, right? The other parameter that proves it's a Sui is really fun too. There was plenty of comps around, plenty of witnesses. It was done in the middle of everything. We need a character that is borderline invisible. Hardy, hardy, ha, it plays into his joke from the rest of the show. And lo and behold, he appears out of nowhere. I hate that it was right. I don't know. I do like the dare, upon seeing him. Like, they've never seen the son of the guy before. That's so funny. Yeah, so, I still don't understand this because both these scenes on the beach. I guess that wasn't the thing. I don't know, I thought that's what the liner notes said. But apparently, again, there's a key difference between these two, the TV version and the movie version. Oh, I missed this. It's also kind of like a sequel type vibe. When we all graduated high school, one of us was meant to be taken in as his wife. It's like, again, it's like the stuff in the rest of the anime happened before this point, and this is actually the way that Itoshiki dies. There's like this, I don't know. It's kind of cool. I don't know, it's cool. And I think that this is the most stuff that calls into question a lot of the rest of the kind of stuff in the show. He never really loved any of us. We were just kind of his art pieces. There was no genuine feeling there. He was just kind of bouncing his esoteric ideas off of it. It was more to his own selfish needs rather than the needs of the girls themselves. It's probably true about the Itoshiki we know as well. He loved us only as models and not as people. Models that he can be used, that these little comedic segments in the story. You could squint and say that that's a perspective here for sure. And then, yeah, I don't know, they were actually the killers as well. Who cares about the details? It's fine. That's a fun connection too between the two skits. We have the kind of line here, are you our sensei, our master from a previous life, and then this whole segment is about how if you wish for something in this life, you'll get it in the next life, and wish is actually important, and reincarnation and rebirth and stuff. I don't know, there's kind of this cyclical theme to both of the stories is my point, which is kind of cool. Do I think that the house fire ending's kind of lame? Yeah, but I mean, what else are you gonna do? It's kind of just, we have to end the skit. It's time for us to go. So yeah, he solved the case, but everybody died. Bum bum ba-dum. Anyway, really fun segment, obviously. I think, again, the references went over my head a little bit, but the vibe cultivated made up for it, I guess. It's really cool and really unique for the show. And then, yeah, a really low-key last section, and fairly short, really. Like, not really much happens here. It's Tanabata again. We're making wishes. We're tying them to bamboo, as you do. And Sensei is cynical about that. I like this part here with Orihime and Hikoboshi. I think that's quite fun. The Milky Way is just a sewer. Again, I'm going to give the show a little clap before giving it not a little clap. I think the girls in the yukatas are quite cute. I like this shot where we just kind of look up the whole kind of fit. Feel like that's really nice. We kind of do that for, a lot of the really important characters here. But then I think the Kairi fan service here in this particular section is egregious. I don't need to see her fucking hoo-ha pointing out a shit. It's not... Why? It's just, what's the purpose? But that's kind of the purpose of the joke, is what's the purpose, because she's the panty shock character as well, so... I don't know, your mileage may vary, I guess. Really loved this shot. I thought it was fantastic in the moment. The stars up here again, as I said during the episode itself, reminded me of Bakemonogatari. Just, yeah, quite pretty. Really like its construction. Probably looks great as a manga panel as well, let's be honest. So yeah, Fura tries to inspire Sensei on the idea of a wish. He wishes to resign from not only teaching, but also life. But Fura sees this to also affirm his desire as well? You hide your desire to quit so deep inside and give yourself wholeheartedly to teaching? That is impressive. You're an impressive person for doing such a thing, which I just think is the wrong read. Just some really, really, really pretty animation this segment too. Let's just play this one verbatim. Yeah, just looks wonderful. I don't know, there's a lot of those like inspiring photo shots this kind of season, I think. Further's still like evil. I don't know, is that still brewing away, or what's the go? It's odd. We do a little bit of our formulaic Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei stuff where we just pan over to all the characters and do the bit with their joke. So Meru, phone. We did like Abiru, tail. You know what I mean? Again, the one that really got me and the one that I'll kind of skip to now. The ticker tape. The ticker tape one for Chiri is quite good too. This is the one that really got me. I wish for an iPod Nano. Nami's amazing. She's so funny. Like, I love just having a normal person in the middle of this like anime nonsense. Again, this would have to be like the #1 most wanted gift this time, right? I wanted an iPod Nano. I was like 11 at the time. Of course I wanted one. Oh yeah, and this Mario one, apparently this is a reference to some manga about another different immigrant girl, so that's why everyone's going like, it's sort of on brand for you to make a wish like that. Hardy hardy ha. It's another reference. Oh, really fun G here by Sinetsky. Just kind of really builds up in the background real slow, persists in the scene. I like when she shows up in a moment as well, and it's like, oh, when did you get here? She's like, I'm always here. I don't know, Sinetsky's fun too. Further's going on something about past lives, and they must have wished for the existence I have now. So yeah, all the successful people in life, it must have been their previous lives or the previous life that wished for them to be this way. That's why we need to make the wishes now. That's why Tanabata is actually important. That's why you shouldn't be that depressed about it, Sensei. Come on now. And yeah, the Sinetsky, like, devotion of the past life wishing for this love. Have you forgotten, sleepyhead? We're destined to be together over multiple lifetimes. Just the exact level of delusion I want out of our stalker character. And yeah, the idea of wishing in one life and it bringing it through to the next is something that's very attractive to people. Furu's almost taking the role of like a cult leader here, some religious figure. Again, we directly kind of call it out as well. It's like, oh, she's basically just selling religion. If you pray for something now, if you wish for something now, you'll get it in the next life. It's pretty applicable to most religions, right? You could be really cynical about that. I choose not to. What I want to talk about instead is the use of these kind of it's like a figure on a paddle pop stick or something, and we're kind of jigging it around. It's got some like real life, physical, tangible motion to it, as opposed to animation, right, in frames and whatnot. We've done this previously. We did this in the whole Mikoshi segment from memory. There was also maybe some stuff at Comic-K where we did it. It looks really effective. I'm really happy we're bringing it back. Shaft is knocking out of the park once again. This thing's a production delight. Yeah, there's a real eeriness to this too, which I guess is befitting of the whole Furta is maybe evil, maybe bad type story going on too. I don't know, it just seems like it takes a sour turn here at the very end. Colors are great too, obviously. And I guess like the funny haha ending of the skit is that he's like, okay, I'll wish for the next life to come quicker, and then he goes to kill himself again because it's Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei. And then Maria does a very complicated kanji joke here. A hanging gentleman here, hanging a toshiki, looks like this maybe, which actually looks like this kanji too, which means to hang. So, I don't know, Maria learned something, and look, I learned something too. Apparently we're going to say it as su, so maybe like a suru-su? Sure. Okay. And yeah, it kind of looks like a hanging guy. I'll give you that. Pop over here. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. She's learning. It's fun. And then, yeah, on this starry night right here at the very end, we have Komori staring out. This is kind of her POV too, which is really fun. Yeah, I want to be a pistachio in my next life, to be a shellfish in my next life. And then maybe this leaf falling here paired with the chime means that the wish is working. Again, shellfish, very closed up. Pistachio, very closed up. You're a hikikomori, very closed up. Do you see it? It's a fun joke. I don't know. So maybe dreams do come true. Wishes do come true. And you know what my wish is for? For the end of the video. Nah, today was fun. It was fun. Just very tired and still kind of sick. Very cool. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Obviously a bit of a shorter one. Prepare for 2 next week. Hopefully this will help me catch up and get back up to speed with everything. Fingers crossed anyway. Either way, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and I don't know, Patreon, like the video, comment, all that normal stuff. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.